It is not a revolution per se, but organizational restructuring has become very common on the global level. Economy slowdown, growth of artificial intelligence, cost cutting, improving operational efficiency. The reasons are so many. The solution is usually the same: employee layoff. The layoff storm hit Mr. Karthik too. Mr. Karthik was a senior design engineer working in Kuwait. Karthik's life was smooth for 15 years in Kuwait, but unfortunately, it could not continue when the Kuwaiti government proposed a bill to lay off expatriates. Mr. Karthik kept trying for a new job in Kuwait itself for almost 6 months with no success. Since the layoff was government enforced, his chances of getting a new job seemed very thin. Given the high cost of living there in Kuwait, he was unable to accept any lesser paying jobs either. Staying away from home and family is a suffering in itself. Losing a job in such a situation and not knowing whether you'll get any new job or not, it will only make it worse. Mr. Karthik had already stopped providing for his family in India. Even the home loan EMI was being paid from his investments. When his savings went below a critical level, Karthik made the tough decision of moving back to India. Karthik had almost all of his savings in India. The cost of living is also relatively very less here. Also, India has fast growing industries with potential job market for him to explore. He figured it should give him more time to get it all back in control. He only had to find that one job that fits and pays him right. But little did he know that he was in a big disappointing surprise. After moving back to India, a couple of months went by as he struggled to find himself a deserving job. Questions began to pop up in his mind as his confidence took a dip. It was the culmination of financial stress, fear of uncertain future, self-doubt, and so many other things that sucked out his confidence. Did I make a mistake coming back to India? What if I don't find a job at all? Almost half my liquid assets are used up in the past 10 months alone. How am I going to take care of my family? How am I going to pay off the loans? I cannot lose all my savings on this. Should I take a personal loan? I must remind you, Karthik had a lot more to worry about. Ever since he lost his job, he did not have any health cover. If any health issue has to happen during this time, it would have become the worst days of his entire life. Besides, his children were old enough to understand the ongoing crisis, but were young enough to stay in school. Karthik cannot let this affect their wellness or education. Hence, as he tried his very best to prevent any adverse effects on them, it stressed him even more. And on the professional side, he also knew the ill effects of being unemployed for almost 10 months. He had to keep him updated with the new trends in the industry so that he will still be in the competition and not obsolete. After an entire year of joblessness and using up almost all of his liquid assets, Karthik accepted a job offer that paid him only 50% of his pay from his previous job in Kuwait. He was literally forced by the financial crisis to accept a job that did not do any justice to his worth. These are the darkest areas of career crisis which no NRI wishes to explore. What do you think went wrong? Could Karthik have found a better paying job? Maybe or maybe not. The right job opportunities are only a matter of time. However, he obviously could have handled things better. Here are few proactive steps that would have given Karthik a better stability. An emergency fund of 6 to 8 months expenses. It could have given him a precise time frame for how long he can go without a job. Since he was an NRI, he would certainly need a large emergency fund. Has he left Kuwait very soon? Could he have stayed a little longer and found a better job? We may never know. Above all, it would have given him the confidence and control when everything seemed out of control. Even after coming back to India, Karthik could have requested the bank for EMI deferment. An EMI deferral is when the lending bank allows you to stop EMI payment for a specific period of time. Karthik could have requested the bank for the deferment of his loan until he got a new job and became financially stable. Or restructuring of loan would have allowed him to pay lesser amount as EMI while taking away some financial pressure off him. Considering Karthik's past consistent EMI payment records and his legitimate reason for inability to pay the EMI, the bank would have definitely accepted his request. It is certainly better than carrying around the EMI payment stress or missing of EMI payment and the eventual default. These actions would have minimized the damage to his savings. The dissolving of his liquid assets would have been much slower. Collectively, it all would have saved him from the immense stress that he was in every single moment of every single day. He also could have invested higher portion of his savings into liquid assets like mutual funds. Also, given that Karthik had no health cover, it would have become a crucial decision. In case if he had any medical emergency, he would have had no choice but to take a personal loan. And then he would have waited to sell any illiquid asset like jewelry or property later for an acceptable price. Karthik was lucky he did not have any health emergencies. But the truth is, Karthik risked getting into the debt trap only because he did not have sufficient proportion of liquid assets. Basically, Karthik needed a financial plan that would have helped him to have a better life, much better than the one he is having now. Financial planning lets you know your financial potential and your limits so that you can take the right optimal financial decision during the times of any financial crisis. Unfortunately, Karthik had to compromise for a lesser paying job just to manage expenses and keep everything afloat at home. Now, it is a 5-year setback in his life. Karthik has to change his financial goals and his retirement plan. Maybe if Karthik had a financial plan, he would have stayed a little longer in Kuwait and found a better job. Maybe he would have negotiated confidently for a better pay. He would have had much lesser mental stress. Above all, Karthik would have preserved his precious peace of mind. Layoffs are happening at a higher rate than ever today. Especially if you are in your mid-40s or older, you might as well consider your job loss a forced retirement. If you lose your job today, how long can you go without a steady income? How long can you provide for your family and fulfill your responsibilities? Do you believe financial planning could have spared Karthik some suffering? Do you believe financial planning can save you from any financial crisis? If you do not wait any longer and start creating your financial plan today itself.